First one has to do with the S23 phones and Z Fold 5 and Flip 5 as well. We've been talking about One UI 6.1 coming to those phones very, very soon, and this really plants the seed for that because the Galaxy S23 One UI 6.1 testing is moving ahead. It's in testing right now, which means it should be released momentarily once they work the bugs out. It might fall into March when this comes out, but I'm having high hopes that it'll actually end up being February because we're so early into February. And when you get those, remember, when you get these One UI 6.1 features to the S23, Fold 5, Flip 5, you're gonna get better performance because it has better animation support. You get better AI, all the AI stuff built into there, the Galaxy AI stuff, the circle search, the stuff with the photos, all kinds of awesome features that are built into it that the S24 Ultra has. So I'm really looking forward to this update, especially for the Z Fold 5. I think it's gonna really add a lot of life and momentum for that phone and these phones in general. Last story of the day has to do with the next update that's going to be released for the S24 phones. It hasn't gotten an update yet since I've had the phone, and it's been a couple of weeks now. So they should have this update out, at least in China, in the next 10 days. And then after that, you'll probably see it start to trickle out in the next, maybe from now, 15 to 22 days, something like that, of when it should be released worldwide. But here's the information coming from Ice Universe, who's saying that the new firmware of the S24 series will be released after the Spring Festival in China. I think it will take about 10 days. This update will bring better cameras. So it's going to be an update that not only focuses on other things, because I assume it's not just going to be cameras, it'll be security update and obviously cameras like he mentioned, making it the photos and videos come out better, but also there's probably going to be some other things in there as well, bug fixes, things that haven't been fully fleshed out maybe. So we'll keep our eyes peeled exactly what comes with that update, but we should see that update in the next couple to few weeks for the S24 series. Our first story is all about the Galaxy S24 Ultra in that green line issue some folks are getting on the front display. I guess there's only one display on here. I'm so used to having front and inside displays with my Z Fold 5. The front display, the display on the Galaxy S24 Ultra having these green lines through them. Now, we've spoken about it before on a post on Reddit, and another person on Twitter or X also had the same issue where they have this green line going through the phone, and after multiple restarts, it still doesn't come back. And it seems like it's a software issue of some sort. Still could be hardware, but it might be a software issue. And the reason I say that is because Ian, after he says his fourth restart, it finally came back, but still, damn, I'm glad it came back. So it seems like it's potentially, it could be a hardware issue, but ultimately it might be a software issue, which is kind of weird. I don't know why you would be getting green lines and then you'd restart a few times and it comes back, but it's what I would recommend anyway, is restarting the phone at the very least to see if it's there. But he had to do it 4 times before it came back, and it's I haven't had any problems with mine, but keep your eyes aware, and if you have this issue, restart it multiple times. Our last story is a fun one. Pixel Fold 2, some heavy specs, and a release date that actually puts it in line with one of their other flagship phones on here. It looks like the Google Pixel Fold, which is a great phone in its own right, but heavy, and the specs were a little less generation than their current Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. It looks like with their Pixel Fold 2, they're gonna skip the Tensor G3 and add more RAM. So Android Authority is reporting that according to a source, Google is currently testing the Tensor G4 chip paired with a whopping 16 gigs of RAM in the Pixel Fold 2. No Pixel phone has ever shipped with 16 gigs of RAM before. If this pans out, the Pixel Fold would likely launch alongside the Pixel 9 series rather than a mid-year at I/O like we saw with the Pixel Fold. So this means that we're gonna get a better processor in that Google Pixel Fold 2. We're gonna get the latest one that they have out, which would be the G4, which would also be in the Pixel 9.9 Pro, but we'd also get 16 gigs of RAM, which is the most RAM ever in a Pixel at all, including the folding series. But then we'd also get a later release date. So you're looking at, if this Pixel Fold 2 ends up being true and coming out when they think it's gonna come out, it's an October release. So it's almost a full year still away from it. But I think that's smarter, really, because you want the best processor that they have to offer. You don't want this to have the Tensor G3, which is really just a little slight bump up from the G2 processor. G4 is potentially gonna have the Exynos 2400 hardware behind it, which would end up being a much better performer than what they currently have, especially in terms of gaming and obviously AI controls and performance on there. So good news overall, and just a little bit lighter release date than usual. Man, if we don't go back and forth on some of the things from Samsung, is it even a story? Now, we've been talking about the vividness for the Galaxy S24 Ultra and how it's just not as vivid versus the S23 Ultra and some of the previous phones as well. And it's gotten to the point where we heard there's gonna be an update. Then we heard there's not going to be an update, that they've completely said, hey, this is the way it works, deal with it. And now we're hearing, again, the opposite, that there is an update. We even see a screenshot of what the update is going to look like to make your screen more vivid. And it should come as early as the next update, so probably this month or early March. So check this out. This is the information coming from Ice Universe saying, exclusive, the next version of the S24 series will solve the problem that the vivid screen mode is not vivid. Add the vividness option and you can adjust the vividness of the third gear by yourself. The default is the S24's current vividness. So people who are satisfied with the color of the S24 screen don't have to worry about it. If you raise the vividness by 1 notch, you will get a color similar to the S23 Ultra. If you raise it by 2 notches, you will get a bright color similar to the S21 Ultra. And now you can buy the S24 with confidence. Just wait for the update. Almost a perfect solution. And I completely agree, man. This is a fantastic solution to give us the best of both worlds. If you love the way this screen currently looks, don't touch it. Keep it the way it is at its current vividness. Or if you want it as far back as the vividness of an S21 Ultra, you can do that now as well. So this is awesome news that this update is just around the corner. Now, do I expect this information to change? I actually don't, because of the fact we're seeing a screenshot of this pre-release software. So I'm expecting this to be in good hands at this point, and you shouldn't have to worry all that much for this update to come out. But stranger things have happened. So fingers crossed this actually stands true. But again, I think I said in the video I did before this about the vividness that this might go back and forth. Some of these things do go back and forth. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of like the roller coaster. It makes life more exciting. One of the things I see quite often lately on Twitter are people complaining that on their Galaxy S24 Ultra, they're getting notifications from Samsung, an ad on their phone saying, hey, you should buy the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And I've seen this on my phone in the past, but I haven't gotten these ads personally in a really long time. And I think a lot has to do with when you get those questions in the beginning of setting up your phone or opening up the Galaxy App Store. It says, hey, do you want personalized notification or personalized ads and things like that? I always say no, I keep that stuff off, and it's probably why I don't really get any of these. But I see people getting it, and it looks something like this, where again, it says like, hey, do you want to get the Galaxy S24 Ultra? AI is here, save up to $750 with your eligible trade-in, blah, blah, blah. But it's literally, they have the S24 Ultra in hand, and the ad is on that phone. Now, again, I don't get these. I don't have any friends that have been complaining that they're getting this. It's more either other YouTubers or other people in that kind of field that are getting these. Now, one thing I do want to say is, yes, this is completely stupid, and Samsung's computers or ad algorithms should be smart enough to be like, hey, we know that's the phone. We're not going to send it to that phone. I understand. But if they send it to the other phones, that makes sense. To the S24 phones, doesn't make any sense. The other part of it is that it comes off really cheap. Let's be honest, regardless. Apple, I don't believe does anything like this. I could be wrong. And that's the model that you should follow. or be smart enough not to be doing this on the same phone. So I find it kind of cheap. I just don't like it. I think it comes off bad. What are your thoughts on getting an ad about buying a phone from the company that I have a phone from on your phone? Let me know in the comments down below. Last story of the day has to do with One UI 6.1. Now, there should be the February update, should out very, very quickly for the Galaxy Z Fold 5 and for the Galaxy S23 phones as well. Should be out like probably within the next week or two. If not, if it's not even already rolling out for you now. I actually didn't check the other day. I know it was rolling out for some people, and I don't think I really spoke about it. Let me just double check. Checking for the update, and no, I don't have it yet. But that update should be out first. But what about One UI 6.1? When can we expect to see that on the S23, Z Fold 5? Well, it looks like it should be coming out as early as March. And this is coming from this guy who has got an awesome track record, really good track record. Now, is it written in stone? No, it's not. But look for March for One UI 6.1 to roll out, which will give you some of those Galaxy AI features. That would be the biggest thing coming to them for these phones, which is going to be an awesome update and putting it more in line with the S24 phones. Today's story is all about, again, the Galaxy S23, Z Flip 5, Fold 5, that whole series of phones, and when they should get One UI 6.1 and have those ultra smooth animations on this phone and really good performance and really great Galaxy AI features as well. We talked about yesterday it coming out in March of 2024, which is literally next month, but we didn't talk exactly when in March. And it looks like we've got a really, really good prediction, at least from someone that's really kind of tracked when these things usually roll out to these phones. And it's, again, Tarun. And Tarun is saying, hey, Galaxy fam, exciting news. Based on my experience, One UI 6.1 might arrive on your S23, S22, which I don't think it's coming out, Z Fold Flip 5. By the way, March 13th or 18th through the 20th, ready to experience smoothest One UI and AI magic. And I have to go with him on this. I mean, I personally don't have an exact date or knowledge of exactly when it should roll out. I was expecting actually more February is when it was going to roll out, but March is not that far away, still a handful of weeks away. And one of the things that I really want for my Galaxy Z Fold 5, because it's still my main phone, even though I've played with a bunch of phones recently, the OnePlus 12, the S24 Ultra, I have the OnePlus 12R, which I haven't put a video out yet, I will soon. I've had all those phones, but this continues to be my favorite phone, at least my main phone. I just love these large, huge screens, and I'm happy for it because I want the smoothness to come to this phone, like really ultra smooth animations like the S24 Ultra has, and I want some of that Galaxy AI magic as well. And I'm really looking forward to that stuff. So that's our latest prediction that we have, is basically March 11th through the 13th, or somewhere after that, which would be March 18th through the 20th, which is, again, about a month away, a little less than a month away in some parts. What do you guys think? When do you think it's going to be released? Let us know in the comments down below. Put your predictions in now. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.